And the time right now, 12:46 on your Friday afternoon. We have clearing conditions out there for a lot of areas, especially compared to this morning when we had a lot of clouds. But when those clouds return, they're going to bring some rain with them. Here's a live look in New Haven where it's 75 degrees. You notice off in the distance, there is some of that smoke and haze. We're seeing the same deal in our Rocky Hill iCam facing towards Hartford. Notice how it's not a crystal clear, which it hasn't been for weeks, it seems like, with all this smoke out there. Now, air quality across the region has been improving. Yesterday, all of New England and all of the Northeast had this yellow shading and basically indicating a moderate level of some air pollutants. Today, it's confined to southern New England, and our conditions in this category will improve over the next couple of days. Temperatures, they're nice out there. If you want to have lunch outside, go right ahead. Everybody climbing through those 70s, 72 at Bradley, 72 in Tolland, 74 in Hartford, and still the mild spot, Meriden, right now at 77 degrees. If you didn't know, yesterday, Bridgeport, 90. That was warmer than what it was up at Bradley. Yesterday, the high temperature up there was 87. Now, notice the wind speeds. They're coming right off of the Sound. So the cooler waters of Long Island Sound, keeping temperatures along the shoreline at their peak. But inland towns, you'll continue to climb, likely in the greater Hartford area, reaching that 80-degree mark. Now, region-wide, at least here locally, we're looking at clouds to the north, but a good deal of clearing. There's still a little smoky haze and some high, thin clouds, but overall, we're all dry, and that's the way things will stay until after sunset. Now, notice temperatures across southern New England, 70 in Boston, 74 in Hartford, 73 in New York City, fairly uniform in the temperature category, but we'll notice cooler temperatures tomorrow. The dew point, this is very low. Enjoy it though, because it doesn't last. For the next couple of days, it's low, but once we get towards, say, next Tuesday, especially look at Wednesday, and then by Thursday, it is downright hazy, hot, and quite humid. On our first look at Futurecast, though, let's track out that rain, because tomorrow morning, that's when we're going to notice that you could have a few isolated showers late tonight, but it's tomorrow morning, noticing this batch of rain, heaviest along the shoreline. Say early afternoon hours, things begin to wind down. Still a few isolated showers, but the second half of the day and towards sunset tomorrow, could have a few breaks in the clouds. You're waking up on Father's Day, a mix of sun and clouds, but it is a dry day. So excellent news for dads or any of the grads. If you can push all the activity, just push it to Sunday, and you're going to have much better weather than tomorrow. Total rainfall, we're talking 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 of an inch, slightly more, maybe right along the I-95 corridor. Not a lot of rain, but the gardens, they certainly will love it, and they've been loving it for the past 15 weeks. When we get rain tomorrow, that will be weekend at number 16 in a row. Last time we saw a rain-free weekend, back on February 22nd and 23rd. That was when it was cold enough to snow, basically. Going forward with temperature-wise, it's looking warm. Here's Wednesday, 80s, but check out Thursday, the possibility, not a forecast yet, but possibly low to mid-90s. Yeah, warmest day of the week, once again, falling on our Thursday. Still nice and warm for Friday. Forecast highs today, climbing a few more degrees for inland towns along the shoreline. You're basically there. Remember, that rain comes in late tonight. As far as tonight's forecast, temperatures around 60. Your first alert 7-day forecast this weekend, rain in the first part of Saturday, much better by Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, mid and upper 70s, 80s on Wednesday. First day of the TPC and Juneteenth, and the last full day of spring, 89 degrees and humid.